For decades there was this unspoken rule in German football: if a player truly excelled in the Bundesliga, their ultimate destination was almost inevitable: Bayern Munich. The path from competitor to Bavarian superstar was a well-trodden one. Think of the greats. Michael Ballack arrived from Bayer Leverkusen. Miroslav Klose came from Werder Bremen. Manuel Neuer made the switch from Schalke 04. This was not just a recruitment strategy, it was the foundation of Bayern's domestic dominance. The club did not merely strengthen its own squad, it simultaneously weakened its closest rivals, creating a cycle of power that seemed impossible to break. This was the natural order of things. The logic behind these moves was, for a long time, unassailable. For a player with ambitions to win titles and compete at the highest level of the Champions League, Bayern was the only domestic option. They offered the highest salaries in Germany. They guaranteed silverware. They provided a platform for international recognition that other German clubs simply could not match. The move to Schaffhauser was seen as the final logical step in a successful Bundesliga career. This conveyor belt of talent kept Bayern at the perpetual summit of the league table. The first clear signs of a major shift began to surface in the late 2010s and have become more pronounced since. The case of Kai Havertz was a significant moment. As the prodigious talent at Bayer Leverkusen, he was the archetypal Bayern target. He was young, he was German, widely regarded as a future superstar. For years, the German media treated his eventual move to Munich as a foregone conclusion. Yet, when the time came to leave Leverkusen in 2020, Havertz chose Chelsea and the English Premier League. This was a statement. A player who fit the Bayern mold perfectly had looked at the options and decided his ambitions were better served elsewhere. This was not an isolated incident. Erling Haaland, during his sensational spell at Borussia Dortmund, was a global phenomenon. Every top club in the world wanted him, including Bayern Munich. The club made its interest known, adhering to its classic strategy. But Haaland opted for Manchester City, drawn by the financial power and sporting project of the Premier League club. Similarly, Jude Bellingham, another Dortmund jewel, chose Real Madrid over every other suitor. The single biggest factor disrupting Bayern's domestic dominance is money. Specifically, it is the colossal financial power of the English Premier League. The television rights deals for England's top flight are astronomical, dwarfing those of the Bundesliga and every other European league. Broadcast revenue, Premier League versus Bundesliga, the Premier League bar towers over the Bundesliga. This incredible wealth has transformed the transfer market entirely. It means that even mid-table Premier League clubs can now offer salaries. Those offers can be competitive with, and sometimes exceed, what Bayern can pay for all but their top earners. This was unimaginable a decade ago. This financial disparity changes the entire conversation for a player. Historically, a move to Bayern meant a clear pay rise over other German clubs. Now, multiple English clubs might be willing to double a player's salary. For example, Dominik Szoboszlai moving from Leipzig to Liverpool, Josko Gvardiol joining Manchester City for a record fee. Often the financial package is on a level Bayern can't or won't match. Bayern's more conservative wage structure is now a competitive disadvantage. This isn't just about greed. A player's career is short, securing financial stability for family matters. A move to England is a third, often more lucrative option. Beyond the financial considerations, the internal environment at Bayern Munich has also become a factor for some players. The club is famously known as FC Hollywood for a reason. The level of scrutiny from the media is intense and relentless. Every training session, every minor dip in form, every off-field comment is dissected in the public sphere. For some players, this high-pressure environment can be less appealing than a project elsewhere. The dressing room is filled with established world-class stars, big egos. Breaking into that hierarchy can be a daunting prospect. Competition for places at Bayern is incredibly fierce. A star at Dortmund or Leverkusen might be a rotation option in Munich. For a young player, consistent playing time is crucial. They might see 2 or 3 world-class players in their position at Bayern and choose a different top club where they're the undisputed star. It's a calculated career choice. Playing time over badge prestige, Bayern's dominance can make the challenge less appealing for some personalities. Winning the Bundesliga with Bayern is an expectation. Winning it with another club like Bayer Leverkusen in 2024 is historic. Some players want to build something new and topple a giant. The ambition to be a legend at a club can outweigh another Bayern title. The club's leadership and internal politics have faced criticism in recent years. In the modern football landscape, a player's brand is global. The most ambitious talents want to compete not just for domestic titles, but for the Ballon d'Or. They want to become international icons. While Bayern Munich remains a huge global club, the perception is growing that the absolute pinnacle of the sport is now concentrated in the Premier League, Real Madrid-Barcelona. Playing for Manchester City under Pep Guardiola, or wearing the iconic white of Real Madrid, carries a unique prestige and media spotlight that is difficult to replicate even in Munich. The sporting challenge presented by other leagues is also a significant draw. The Premier League is renowned for its intensity and competitiveness, with several teams capable of challenging for the title each year. A player moving to England knows they will be tested week in, week out against some of the best players and coaches in the world. For those who thrive on competition, this can be more appealing than moving to a league where one team has won the title for over a decade straight. The narrative of playing in the best league in the world is a powerful recruitment tool for English clubs. Real Madrid-Barcelona, despite their financial issues in Barcelona's case, possess a historical mystique that is almost unique in world football. For many players, particularly from South America but also from Europe, playing for one of these two clubs is the ultimate childhood dream. When Real Madrid calls, as they did for Jude Bellingham, the emotional and historical pull is often too strong for any other club, including Bayern, to overcome. This trend of top players rejecting Bayern has a profound and potentially positive impact on the Bundesliga as a whole. For years, the league's biggest criticism was its predictability. Bayern's strategy of acquiring the best players from their rivals ensured a lack of sustained competition for the title. However, with players like Florian Wirtz staying at Leverkusen or clubs like RB Leipzig being able to sell their stars abroad for huge fees to reinvest, the competitive balance is beginning to shift. This makes the league more exciting and unpredictable for fans both in Germany and internationally. Bayer Leverkusen's remarkable unbeaten title run in the 2023-2024 season is the ultimate proof of this new reality. It demonstrated that it is possible to build a team capable of not just challenging Bayern, but comprehensively outperforming them over a whole season. This success serves as a powerful inspiration for other clubs like Dortmund, Leipzig, Stuttgart. It shows them that they do not have to resign themselves to selling their best players to Munich. Instead, they can build a competitive core, perhaps for a few seasons, and genuinely fight for the highest honors. When selling a star player, they can now command massive transfer fees from Premier League clubs or other European giants. The era of inevitability is over, and with it comes a new era of possibility for German football. In conclusion, the era of Bayern Munich's unquestioned dominance is drawing to a close. The club that once had its pick of any player in Germany now faces frequent high-profile rejections. This isn't one failure, it's a confluence of forces. External forces, internal forces, financial supremacy of the Premier League. Even mid-table English clubs can compete on salary. The allure of the world's most watched league, historic clubs like Real Madrid offers compelling alternatives for ambitious players. At the same time, internal culture concerns, the intense FC Hollywood pressure, uncertainty over playing time have made some players pause. The lure of toppling the giant. Bayer Leverkusen's historic title run has shown that path works. That combo has eroded the inevitability of Munich moves. Havertz, Haaland, Bellingham have forged new paths and set examples. For the Bundesliga, it's challenge and opportunity. The league may lose stars abroad, but more competition makes a better, more marketable product. Leverkusen, Dortmund, Leipzig are building and retaining title squads longer, injecting drama and unpredictability into the title race. All clubs must adapt, innovate, and be more persuasive. The Rekordmeister's reign isn't over, but its nature has changed. They must persuade, not presume.